Yeah! Yeah, we are back, everybody. Welcome back to a little show we like to call
Roll with the Troll.
Roll with the Troll, and I'm here with the voice of reason.
Hello.
Just going to try to make some sense out of all this. Hey, listen, guys. So, Creed 2. Spoiler review, the final film so far in the Rocky franchise. This, to me, is a far superior film to the first Creed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are the only people who really think this.
Really?
Yeah, people don't think that.
Why are we so weird?
I don't know. Everybody says the first Creed is great, the second one's okay, but not as good.
Oh, no, I think the first one is great, and the second one is even better.
Yeah, I feel the same. I don't see that comparison. The Creed 2, if you care at all about what happened in Rocky 4, Creed 2 is phenomenal. You know, This is a really, really good movie. I'll tell you, right at the beginning, when we were pretty early on, we see Creed actually win the heavyweight championship of the world.
The title.
Yeah, so they didn't do a Rocky 2 where he wins it at the end, and that's the big thing. I thought that was kind of smart.
Yeah.
Because for one, you don't want to step too closely to the Rocky films and follow them verbatim.
Right.
And then another thing is that this is not really about him wanting to be heavyweight champion of the world so much.
Right.
This was about him wanting to make a name for himself. I don't think he needed to be heavyweight. He never said anything about, like, I need to be the champ. It wasn't really like that. So I think that it made sense to just kind of just throw it in the beginning and, hey, look, he's the champion now. On the other hand, it's a pretty big thing to just write off in a couple of quick minutes, too. So I could see the argument both ways. But anyway, this movie really gets off to a great start. It does take a lot from Rocky 2 with the whole thing about him proposing, and then Rocky explains to him how he proposed and everything.
Yeah.
They looked for a lot of laughs there that I don't think really hit. I didn't think they were hilarious.
Oh, I thought that was a really sweet segment, though.
Yeah, it was a nice segment. I get that. But anyway, and so what? Then they moved on to the Ivan Drago's son, Victor.
Yeah.
And this really, I thought, was played very convincingly. I really bought, like, he doesn't look anything like Ivan Drago. But and he's big in a different way, because Ivan's like tall, and this guy, he's tall too, but he's very, very wide. Yeah, and I would say Ivan's not. So in some ways, I thought, well, he's very big and menacing, but in a very different way than Ivan. I don't know if I buy him as the son, but it worked, and I really liked the way that we saw what his life was like, Victor's life. Like, for example, he gets woken up. He's sleeping on a couch. He's a boxer. He's an athlete, right? He's sleeping on a couch with his spine all distorted, like really unhealthy. It's not good for your performance at all. Right. And he's sleeping there, and he wakes up to his dad punching him. Like, that's the wake up as you get hit. Wow. Like, I really believe that his life, like they were saying, like he lives in hell, right? He comes from these demons. He really does.
Yeah, they really did demonstrate what a hard life he has.
Yeah. I felt terrible for him. Yeah. I mean, where do you have any fun in that life, You
don't.
And he's just a fighter. And all his dad's demons are there with him.
My fun is in the ring.
I guess. See, how badly do you want to say my ring is outside right now?
I know.
How badly do you just want to go, my ring is outside? So, yeah, I think they did a great job with him. And then with Victor talking shit, and the way that they did this really brooding kind of thing where Victor and Ivan, they don't just want to come over here and kind of have like a friendly fight or anything. They don't just want to be sportsmanly. They really want to humiliate Creed. Yeah. They really want to like mock him and even mock Rocky, which I kept thinking of, like when John Kreese and Terry Silver in Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, when they would laugh at Miyagi. And I'm like, well, who are you laughing at? He whipped your ass. Right? Like, he really makes a mockery out of you guys. You shouldn't be laughing at him. What the fuck does that make you? So I think there was a little bit of the same thing here when they're trying to laugh at Stallone and
they needed to decimate the son of Creed so that they could have a better life. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he already had a great life. So they come over here laughing at him and doing all this bullshit. But whatever, it worked. That big fight that Creed had with him, the first fight they had together was incredible. And well, I felt the pain of Creed. Yeah. That acting was incredible. I really, really felt that. I felt like Michael B. Jordan was in an incredible amount of real pain. Yeah. And then the hospital scene was great. I'm still bummed that they cut the fight from Rocky and Drago there. Yeah. I think they cut it for time.
But I would assume.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that deleted scene, look it up.
Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's a cool deleted scene where they fight. But then they wasted a lot of time, I thought, on Amara. You know, and the whole thing about the daughter. And then to me, that really sucked the life out of this movie. And all I could think was, if you took out all that time, I'm not saying she couldn't have been born. Like, Amara can be born. That's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'll be nice that way. Amara can be born. But I don't think there was any reason for Amara to take up this much time, and the whole thing about her hearing, and she's a fighter, and blah, blah, blah. I just thought, oh, my God, for the love of God, you cut out really great scenes, and you're leaving all that shit in. Mm-hmm. Speaking of great scenes that were cut out, not only did we not get to see Rocky fight Ivan Drago in the hospital waiting room. Guys, it's in the hospital waiting room, if you don't know. It's amazing because Ivan Drago shows up with Victor at the hospital to actually taunt Adonis even more. Mm-hmm. They actually showed up at the hospital to mock him. That's fucking creepy. And then Rocky's there, and they get into a fight, and that would have been way better than this movie. Great, yeah. And another deleted scene is also, it should be at the beginning of the film, I believe, but when Rocky is at Spider Rico's funeral. Yes. This is critical.
Yeah, because that definitely should have stayed in.
You can't cut that out of the film, but they did.
Mr. Stallone, that needed to stay.
Yeah, it's not his fault. They shouldn't have taken that out. No, because that scene was really good, guys. If you remember at the end of Creed 2, Rocky suggests that they go to the desert to train, right?
Yeah.
And there's no reason as to why. He just says, we got to mix it up. We got to do something new. And then they're in the desert. All right. I mean, I guess, but what's the relevance here? Well, if you see the deleted scene at Spider Rico's funeral, it not only is it a really sad scene, and Rocky does say some great things, like he says, "You're probably my last friend from way back then," you know? Yeah. And you really feel Rocky's pain that he's lost everybody now. But also, he tells this little story about how Spider Rico would train in the desert. And that's when you bring it all home. That's when this whole desert thing makes sense at the end of Creed 2. So, yeah, I think taking out that scene was really bad. Was really, really bad for the movie. So, yeah. Voice of Reason, any other thoughts?
I hope everyone is hitting the like button, like, right now.
Yes. Click like and subscribe. And, the bell icons and all the other shit. This channel needs your love and support. And please hit us up in the comments. Final thought, though. We should talk about the very final fight. What do you think?
The very final fight.
Yes. Before we wrap this video up.
I mean, specifically, what about it?
Well, the whole thing. I mean, you love the scene and I love the scene where Brigitte Nielsen's character, where she abandons because she sees him starting to get knocked down.
Yeah.
And she abandons Victor.
Yeah. Oh, I said right out loud when she did that, like, worst mother ever.
Yeah.
I cannot relate to that. I can't, not at all.
She didn't even want to be there in Russia. Yeah, it's their own plan.
Yeah.
And she didn't even want to sit there. She couldn't stand watching him go down.
Yeah.
And she marches out of there. And then it's one thing that she leaves, because we knew that. But then when Victor looks up after he gets knocked down, I think the second time, then he's just defeated.
Yeah, yeah. Psychologically, he was defeated in that moment. He could have thrown 100 more punches, and it would not have mattered.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. And it was a great opportunity for Creed, of course, to come in with the victory. Did you buy Creed winning this?
Yeah.
I did not. I felt like...
What I didn't buy was Drago throwing in the towel.
Yeah,
because I wasn't getting the sense that there was imminent danger,
right?
Life and death danger.
Yes,
like there was in the original Creed and Drago fight back in the day.
That's the only problem, right? That's the only problem. But I'll tell you this: for me, for this big Rocky IV fan, I never thought the movie would end this way. Right? And the thought that you would see Ivan Drago throwing the towel to save his son from Creed. Oh my God, that is like perfect for the Rocky IV fan anywhere. That is perfect because there was so much in Rocky IV about throwing the towel, and then should Stallone have thrown the towel, shouldn't he? But then again, that's not what Apollo wanted. It was just that storyline lives in my blood. And so to then spin it around where we knew Adonis was going to win in the end, but to spin it around to where not only does he win, but he wins by Ivan actually throwing the towel to save his son. And it worked perfectly for the story, because then that way Ivan gets to reconnect with his son. You know, and when Victor is like, you know what, I lost, and he says, it's okay, it's okay. He never said it's okay ever once in his life. You can tell.
Yeah.
So that was a really great ending. I think this movie's got it all. I think this is absolutely just a masterpiece. I'm shocked that people don't love it more. It is near the top of my list of all the Rockies, which we're going to do sometime soon. We're going to rank them all. Yeah, fucking glorious, glorious movie. The drama's incredible. The action's incredible. The acting is just through the fucking roof. Voice of Reason, any final thoughts before we wrap this video up?
I thought Mrs. Cosby was great.
You love that.
I do.
Yeah, Mrs. Cosby is wonderful in this. She's even good without Clifton. So, all right. Great. A lot of you will know what we're talking about. Guys, let us know in the comments what you thought of this film, what you thought of this review as well. We love all you guys.
Like and subscribe.
We got the best audience. We do. You guys are real friends, and we really appreciate y'all. So talk soon.
Thanks.